Ever show mu Almucha 50 million if Man United or for Andrew Nana. The squad building by BP Marotta has been excellent for Team FN International Milan and Omu deserves some of that top of the talent Serie. Juventus at a third this season as it stands, and there's a lot of pressure on Massimiliano Allegri or Italian Serie A. Of course, I'm a top scorer. No Martinez, a great job in the media. Meaning say Inter beji Italian Serie A. Liverpool is beji Italian French and German Bundesliga. So we have a lot for them. In the Spanish La Liga, however, there are no games this weekend in the La Liga. The only thing they say, there is a story of a Ghanaian family. Omubu omaketemu eko Basque. Omukoko piemu Basque no. Omudi omuma eko hono. Inaki enini Nico. Now, I think that the story of Athletic Bilbao there is widely told. Say a crooked twebia, omoye tuomo. If you go to Football Tribunal, now kind of story of Kepa Arrizabalaga, there is a part that okasa about on the Backs region, Hormo Freeban. And it was enough Bilbao. Everybody wanted to play for Athletic Bilbao. So free home quadia, you want to make sure say you play for that club. And they want their people. In fact, they had gone a long stretch and not signing players come from abroad. It was only Bucks-based players, people who have roots originating from Bucks and an able born mom. For about 40 years, I'm winning trophy. For about that time, I'm winning trophy. And Omani Monum, Kiko Grisetta Munina or Honum, but the Inaki brothers are those that are leading the charge to lead Bilbao for to win a trophy. And roots are final way, almost a Barcelona in Frimu. And they have shown all the quality in Bordeaux. Everything that they do, you can tell say Athletic Bilbao has what it takes to go ahead and get a job done. In my production, I share my research. Mate say Omoka say Nico Inaki Nyakumano when you knock kakra. So he's a little bit doubtful for the game. We wait to see if truly he will play the game. But say Debia Obo Yamin Lamal Mudin or Spain. Then you look at somebody like Nico Williams in terms of quality on the ball, off the ball, a creative winger, Juma Oyema Timna, he is top notch. I think this trophy Inaki Ninian will deliver it for Atletico Bilbao for no. Mallorca won't be so much for them to handle. They will handle Mallorca. And I think that they will do their job by making sure that Omobeji a very important trophy from Tima, your friend Athletic Bilbao. And this is it. You go to Bilbao, the people that have been there tell a nice story of the city. Hey, just a small town. Small town. And everybody from there,
hello, welcome, good morning to everybody that has joined us on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Of course, if you are new to the channel, thank you very much for choosing us this day. If you are new, of course, do subscribe to the channel, turn on notification, and then in the notification turn and make sure you do choose all. This is your best place in terms of sports and football analysis, preview, post-match analysis, review, everything. That's your best. And you don't have to go nowhere for the best of conversations here. So stick and stay with us. Do not go nowhere. Let us do all the analysis for you. Let us have all the conversations for you here on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Let us discuss everything. It's your best place of analysis here on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Don't go nowhere. So yeah, there's a lot to unpack. Of course, there's a big preview of the games that's supposed to go on over the weekend. Major is the ones that Chelsea has got. I mean, after everything that Chelsea were able to do against Manchester United, there's a big one that's going to go on against Sheffield United, and they know that they need to try and get results in there for that as well. Arsenal is supposed to play Brighton and Hove Albion. There's the big one that's going on Sunday as well. There's a breakdown analysis here for you here on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube, so do not go anywhere. Let us get started now. So, I mean, everybody knows. Juma Chelsea team here against Manchester United was huge, and I said it the last time. Say in terms of character, in terms of turning things around, in terms of getting the job done. No? Beating Manchester United was important. And so, share all the importance of that game. Most important amongst them can be the fact that this is going to give Chelsea the opportunity to build and then carry on for the rest of the season. Because, of course, Chelsea have struggled to beat some of these teams, especially when they score. Now, teams they find it very, very hard to turn the game over. So it's essentially about building momentum. It's essentially about making sure that at the end of the day, Chelsea plays, and then from now to the end of the season, they get a job done. Because if you look at the English Premier League table as it stands now, Chelsea are just on the same point level with Brighton and Hove Albion. Brighton were just better goal difference than Chelsea. I think Brighton has a +5 goal difference. Chelsea has a +3 goal difference. So just 2 more goal difference. Brighton are most likely going to play Arsenal. That game can go anywhere. They can draw points against Arsenal. If they do, then the same America said Chelsea have to make sure they beat the teams that they have left. And it's a non-negotiable. Trust me. Pochettino should lose his job if, for now to the end of the season, still the boys do not find that psychological effect to build on what they did against Manchester United. Because near see against Manchester United, no, a monumentous, a huge something that when it happens in games, when it happens for teams, you know, say your season is going to be 10 hours. So if that doesn't happen, if that doesn't reflect in the games now, then obviously there's something wrong at Chelsea Football Club. And for me, it starts from there. And when it started free, there is no other place that starts from but game at Chelsea a boy against Manchester United. And the effects of that win for Chelsea Football Club, it is so important for them. So important for them. And like I said earlier, if Chelsea ain't young build, if Chelsea cannot build on stuff like that, then they have no business. There is no business being how do I say it? There's no business Pochettino being there. They have to be able to build from that. They have to be able to galvanize themselves and say that, okay, you're against Burnley and many results next year, and then Burnley can play a 10 man. You see, so imagine if Chelsea had beaten Burnley, they would have gotten 2 more points. It means that Chelsea would have been on top of Brighton over as stands now. Then they are just a couple of points away from 6th or 7th. And that's the thing. There are huge opportunities because teams are that Chelsea also are struggling. And then Wolves and West Ham above. These are 2 teams that are around that top side of the league, ahead of Chelsea. I'm not drop a point. I'm now about draw. Exactly. So about draw. It means that Chelsea can turn things around for themselves, and they need to do that. There is the need to do that for themselves. Now, Chelsea, Sheffield, no. Sheffield are struggling. The truth is that Sheffield automatically are not out of the English Premier League as it stands now. That game can go anywhere. Sheffield can now begin to garner some momentum and then try and see if they can try staying in the English Premier League. Albeit a very, very difficult task for Sheffield United. Very difficult. In fact, it is near impossible for them to turn it around. Now, Chris Wilder, who is their manager, is very experienced and knows how to beat Chelsea. He has done it before last season under Graham Potter. Brought his team to Stamford Bridge and then got the all-important win that he has to get. Now, because he brought that 3 at the back system where centre backs will do a lot of overlapping runs, are very resolute, very good from set pieces, very physical team. So the game is going to be one about anything. Chelsea should be able to be aggressive, no winning second balls. Now, but and see, Moses Caicedo is just 1 yellow card away from not missing 2 games against Arsenal and I think Everton. But that doesn't matter. This game against Sheffield, the team has to be very aggressive, win duels, and make sure that they build up from there. And it's so important in the chase for any place in Europe. That can be a first step in terms of what they'll be able to achieve in this season, in the first season of the project that Chelsea are building. And that's exactly how I take it. They will be aggressive. They are going to be a low block. And it starts from now. Let's start from the defense. Maka several times say Chelsea have problems with defensive complement. And mechanics, I mean, what I mean to say is that every 2 pair of centre backs in the Chelsea after this season, they are not complementary. And complementary is that we attribute in terms of temperament, we attribute in terms of the ability or the footballing playing. So maybe my downside, SSA we high side now complementing. So again, I go back and I look at say Virgil van Dijk and Ibu Konate. There is a dog and a cat. Virgil is the dog, Konate is the cat. Sometimes Konate takes up the dog temperament and then Virgil takes up the cat. Essentially, there is pace. Virgil doesn't have too much pace, but Ibu has the pace. When Jao Kansa is there, he has the pace of team. So all of these are very, very important. So all share from that angle. Chelsea doesn't have that. You play Thiago Silva and Disasi, there's a lack of pace. You play Disasi and then Belashile, there's a lack of pace. You play Belashile and then Levi Cole. Everybody are cats. They are all gentle. Belashile very gentle. Doesn't go into duels. Doesn't sniff out danger. He's good on the ball and stuff like that. So the one that would have complemented, especially the left-footed centre backs, would have been Wesley Fofana. But Wesley is also injured. So yeah, for this season, they're not complementary. Wesley has pace. Wesley is an aggressive centre back. Yes, he's a little bit short compared to the centre backs that we have, but we would have complemented them because the two left-footed centre backs now. And that's the headache of Chelsea when Stafford. And you're going to play against a Sheffield team. Only very aggressive, score a lot of goals from set pieces. They turn things over. They are bullish in the opposing box stuff on it. And that is the thing. That's what is going to happen. So first, it starts from the centre back. I like the fact that Mauricio Pochettino against United realized that Belashile is dictating the pace of the game from Echeon. You don't need to take him off. Take off Desasi because only pace. He's not being able to deal with Garnacho and Antonio with Echeon. Put in Chalobah. Let Chalobah deal with our pace now with Echeon. Then let us build from the end. Chalobah did a very, very good job in calming things down. Of course, because of our experience in playing in the English Premier League and then the kind of job we're seeing. So those are the things they say. And that's what I'm saying is that we need complementary pairs with Echeon. And it's the biggest headache for me going into this game against Sheffield United over the weekend. When Chelsea needs to build up, they need to build up from the quality of display against Manchester United in midweek. And that's the first thing that you look at. Now again, a gamer, I set out from Kani Chukwuemeka. You see, so I've said it several times that in terms of breaking down low blocks, in terms of being patient team and having control and not making the game too fluid and then transitional, you need controllers in the middle of the park. And in the conversation of personnel, Chelsea have in Abrante and Kani Chukwuemeka an excellent player who is able to receive in between the lines, is able to play for, is able to dictate the pace of the game, who has that control and so sits back in a low block and he can combine with Mihailo Modric and Cole Palmer in between the lines to hurt you. And I think that he's an important player. He's going to be an important player for the rest of the games at Chelsea. But against Everton, it's going to be important. Against Sheffield, it will be important when he comes on. And Chelsea needs that star player. He is going to be a very, very important player in between the lines for them. Now, I also saw Enzo played in a deeper role when Mauricio Pochettino took off Moise Caicedo. I don't know how that's going to work. That's something I was expecting to see if Romeo Lavia had stayed fit and he had come on. I would have loved to see more of Enzo in the first phase in terms of build-up. But this game, I'm sure we'll revert to the Enzo Caicedo double pivot game with Cherono. And then the plan is that both of them will variate or either on the left or on the right hand side in terms of build-up or on. And I think so I want to see more of Enzo on the ball and then progress from there because it was excellent, especially when Caicedo was off. He dictated the tempo of the game very well. You see, unless Pochettino wants something that it's in the lines of aggression and physicality that sometimes you need, I agree. I don't see the way a game as a Conor Gallagher started, to be very honest with you. I don't think that Conor Gallagher has to start this game, especially when you have Kani Chukwuemeka who's fit. I don't know if he's fully match fit and can play 90 minutes, but maybe you can start Kani Chukwuemeka, control the game, kill the game, then later part of the game, only Conor Gallagher, no have a shot up shot. But Mauricio Pochettino is very stubborn. Most likely he's going to play Conor Gallagher to start and then leave Kani Chukwuemeka on the bench, and then that's going to bring all sorts of things again to the team. He needs to be confident and bring on Kani Chukwuemeka to start that game with, because he has everything to play in a game like this. A low block side, team that are very stubborn and all of this stuff. And you need him. Again, Chelsea will need a fair bit of balance of Noni Madueke and Nico Palmer. Noni Madueke for the width. Now what I've realized is that with Mihailo Modric Now he loves to play more central. He doesn't keep the weight for the team. It affects the team when they're playing against low blocks. Unless now all the attacks now go direct centrally. This time, Mocho Pochettino can vary it, bring in Noni Madueke, keep the weight small, and then have Kopama and Kani Chukwuemeka play through central areas and try to break down Sheffield United from central, which is also very, very important. It's a game that I'm expecting to see. If Chelsea are able to win this game, then they have no business. But Pochettino has no business being there, to be very honest with you. They have to do everything that they ought to do to make sure they get that important win. Now, big game on Sunday, and it's Manchester United against Liverpool. Quick preview for the next 5 minutes. See, Liverpool, no. Say this is a game that can go anywhere. In fact, in terms of respect for Manchester United, Liverpool knows that this Manchester United team can hurt them. And when I say they can hurt them, I mean that in terms of ball and Liverpool ball, they don't play too different than what Manchester United play. Albeit Liverpool have better rest defense, better settled defense than team my friend Manchester United. And even apart from that, when you look at the contest of BBR, Manchester United, and Liverpool, you know, say this is a huge rival game. And their arch rivals are Manchester United himself. So you be not saying Liverpool party. Now, Manchester United are under a lot of pressure, and everything knows that it's a huge opportunity for him to go ahead and then make a win and then take some pressure off his head, because the capitulation you see on Stamford Bridge is huge. It's something that United should not be going through. Mauricio Pochettino teams in him how to get a job done against Eric Ten Hag teams now, especially at home. Now the problem is that how do they line up, especially for Manchester United? Both of them most likely nominally 4-2-3-1. Kwambwala, Ebebem, because all the centre backs are supposed to be ahead of him. Epra, Leandro Martinez, Varane, all of these guys are prepared. John Evans, and you know, say he's a young player. Now we are talking about two defenses. The rest defense of Manchester United versus the rest defense of Liverpool. Now, the rest defense of Manchester United a little bit inexperienced and lack pace in Maguire and then Kwambwala. It's away at Old Trafford for Liverpool, and it's even more difficult for them because somebody's rest defense lack pace. They lack pace, and they are not compact because the team structure and enter. Liverpool are more compact because they play with and they invert either of the fullbacks, and then their midfielders work very hard. I've seen Endo work hard, cover weird grounds, large grounds, whole team, and then same for Alexis McAllister's whole team. Even as a CM, he covers a lot of ground for the team without the ball. Now, on the part of Liverpool, the centre backs, their settled defense, more settled, more good rest defense of the team. If it's Ibu Konate, if it's Jahal Kwanzaa, that's partner Virgil van Dijk, they have it. If Robertson plays on the left-hand side, he's solid. He can be aggressive and be the third man for the settled defense so that Conor Bradley can push in, or Bradley can step into midfield. Mind you, in Carabao final, Bradley stepped into midfield to give that Liverpool that shield in the middle of the park and to play for. So it's important in that regard. And these are the metrics I look at the game for. The settled defense of both teams, the attack of both teams, because of course it's going to be more transitional. It's going to be more in between the lines. It's going to be more into the channels, and defending on the channels is going to be very important. You need your DM to patrol central areas, whilst your two centre backs cover the channels and defend wide areas, and that's a very, very difficult thing for Manchester United to do, because Maguire doesn't have the pace to do that job, and it's difficult for the young Kwambwala. So I'm thinking that Liverpool have what it takes to get a job done at Old Trafford. Guys, thank you very much for choosing me. I'll see you.